The time is now is about embracing every moment. What can I learn today? Yay today. It's also about being vulnerable. When we are vulnerable, we are at our best. Get in the zone and live a positive life and act on purpose. Every step you take is a step towards your dreams. So the last one is the time is now. And the time is now is the first piece is about embracing every moment, squeezing everything you can out of that moment. So I know that some of you probably came in today and thought, oh man, I know everything about 7 Mindsets and she's going to take up my afternoon. But thinking about how can I embrace that moment? What can I do to learn one more thing? There's bumper stickers that are Yay Life bumper stickers. And I have one that says Yay Today. So what can I do today? But there's also like Yay Bigfoot and Yay like kind of strange things. But Yay Today. What can I learn today? So embracing every moment. The next piece of time is now is getting in the zone. So if you think back to everything is possible and thinking positively, there are going to be some days where you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And making sure that you know that you've woken up on the wrong side of the bed, recognizing it and knowing what are the steps I have to take to get back into a positive situation. Do I need to take some time to myself? Do I need to step away? Do I need to not press send on that email that I really want to send to that parent right now? But thinking about it and stepping away from it and getting back in the zone so that you can take the steps in the right direction. The next one is being vulnerable. And that one is really, really hard for us. You saw it today where when I would ask people to share, and there aren't very many people that really want to share because you're vulnerable. And but many people say that when you're vulnerable, you're beautiful. That some of the best things that happen to us in our lives are when we're vulnerable. So think about when you go to a job interview, you're vulnerable. When you go to a new school, right, you're vulnerable. So what are the things that you can do to let yourself be more vulnerable? So with your kids, definitely when you're teaching these lessons, I can go into 2 classrooms, and I'll tell you a story about a middle school in Arizona. I went into one classroom that I went there to watch, just to observe. And I went into one classroom and the teacher was doing a great job. I mean, she had incorporated technology. She had modified the lesson for different groups of kids. They were having great small group discussions. They were sharing out. It was awesome. But she didn't share one single personal story. It felt very like teachery. But it was great. It was a really good lesson. So then I went to the next classroom, and in that classroom was Michael Cruz. He was a first-year teacher. He'd just come out of the business world, and he was just like learning his way through things. But he told them that as they made their Christmas ornament that they were making, that on one side of the ornament they were supposed to write something that they were thankful for, and on the other side something that they weren't thankful for. A little boy shared that he grew up in a trailer with 8 other people and they didn't have any beds. And he could have just said, oh, that's a nice story, and moved on. But Mr. Cruz didn't. He said, you know what? I grew up in a trailer too, and I didn't have a bed for my first 15 years. And he said, but it was like having a slumber party every single night. And he shared that with them, and just that made it to where it was a personal connection because he was vulnerable with his kids enough to share that story. So being vulnerable, especially too with your peers, just saying, I don't know that, or can you help me with that? Or I can help you with that. And making yourself vulnerable like that. And then the last one is acting with purpose, knowing that every single step you take and action that you make is going towards that dream that you wrote down or away from it. So thinking before you act and acting on purpose. And in a nutshell, that's the time is now.